What's going on? So as you can see, a little change of scenery here. I'm not in front of a green screen, nor am I in my studio, because I'm not in Fort Benning, Georgia at the moment. I am currently just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where my mom lives. This is where I grew up. This is the basement where I learned how to, play AC/DC and Aerosmith and all the classic rock, and basically learned how to, play the guitar, how to get, where I got my chops and put in the hours in this room right here. So I'm home because I had to take care of some personal matters to set myself up for success here in the future as I'm getting out of the Army. But while I'm home, I stumbled across a few things here in the basement that I wanted to share with you guys. It's basically my first rig, my first guitar, my first amp, basically like the bare bones of how I got started with gear and playing with an amp and, the first electric guitar that I had. So the first thing I want to show you is my original wah pedal. This is a Tech 21 Killer Whale. Now, I did not like this thing when I was playing around with it when I was a kid. This is my first introduction to a wah pedal, and the first reason I didn't like it because it didn't say Crybaby on it, or Vox, because Hendrix and everybody else used Vox and Dunlop Crybabies. And so now coming home, this thing doesn't even work. It's been sitting down here for years and years, and I haven't touched it, and I just tried to plug it in, and now it's just a big giant paperweight. So this is my first wah that I ever had, the Killer Whale Tech 21. Pretty cool little piece, but it's junk now. The next thing is really funny. It's a Boss NS1 distortion pedal. And I used to run this in front of, I had two amps, which I'll get to in a second, but I used to run it in the front of this and just, oh my god, just uncontrollable feedback and just absolute, made it sound like absolute garbage. But, I always just had it in front of it and just cranked, everything was just dying, 10 on everything. And I thought that I had a good tone with this thing, but I'll show you, I'll do a close-up here, but if you can look here, I've got, for the tone controls, I've got descriptions on which tone will sound like something, and I've even got hash marks for 1 through 10. I got like blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan, normal, some sign of your love, satisfaction. So here I am, a 13-year-old, trying to tell myself what tones I can get through the different tone settings on this thing. So it's kind of funny. It's back, even back then I was still messing around with gear, trying to get cool sounds and trying to get sounds similar to my favorite bands at the time. So this is my first distortion pedal, overdrive pedal that I had. In this next shot, I'm not gonna bring it up into the frame, but it's my first amp. I'm just gonna do a pan over now, and it's a Marshall MG series. It's a 50-watt combo head with built-in effects and 2-channel amp. Now, while I've been home, I've been playing with it and playing through it. And I thought this thing when I had it was the coolest thing. I thought it was loud as hell, and I thought it had the smoothest sound. And man, now it just sounds. It doesn't sound very good. It's an incredible starter amp, I'll give them that. But this is my first amp. I remember when I first got it, I was like, dude, I own a Marshall. I thought I was Hendrix, man. You know what I mean? I thought I was it, man. Because anybody that I knew back when I was 13 played Marshalls. Page, Hendrix, Zakk Wylde. Everybody played Marshall. So I thought I had a sick Marshall, but it's a solid state amp. And look at it now, man, it's all dinged up and scuffed up just from me moving it all over the place as a kid. That's my first amp right there. So that thing is kind of a piece of junk, but it still got some sentimental value to me. So the main event for this video, the featured product I'm going to show you, is this guy right here. I say it all the time in every video how much I love Eddie Van Halen, and god damn it, was I not kidding. This is a 2003 BC Rich Warlock that at the time when I got it for Christmas, 03, this was my first electric guitar. It was had the tribal Kerry King, from Slayer, tribal black and white logo, and I wanted a EVH guitar. I wanted to create my own. And so I did, and honestly, it's not that bad. I remember I looked at 100 pictures of the Frankenstein by Eddie and like tried to do my best to create it, and I mean, it's not bad. It's still got the original BC Rich pickup in it, but I've since lost the bridge and all the tone and yeah, knobs, volume knobs, and everything. And the keys here are kind of shaky. They're not really screwed in. But even the headstock came out pretty decently, I'd say, for a kid doing this for the first time. Maybe one day I'll get this thing up and running again. It'll be like a project guitar, and I'll get it up and running again. Change out the pickup, get a new bridge on it, and see if I can get some cool tones out of it one day. Not anytime soon. I'm not gonna take it back with me to Georgia on the plane. But it's funny how even to this day I love Eddie, but like I wanted to be Eddie Van Halen so some just fell off. I wanted to be Eddie Van Halen so bad, so I just decided to destroy my paint job on my BC Rich Warlock and try to be Eddie Van Halen with this thing. So these are just a few things that I've come across and showing like where it all started. You know, my love for gear and guitars and tinkering with stuff and just, you know, being a total nerd and messing with things and breaking things. So these few things I just showed you is the start of all that. So thanks for watching, and you know, be on the lookout for some cool stuff. I got some cool videos coming here soon, so keep an eye out for that, man. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. That helps me out so much. You know, soon to be an Army vet, you know, just doing his new pursuit in life. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please help me out. And I'll see you next time.